Alrighty, so good afternoon, everyone. So we are actually streaming live on Facebook as well. So at our DC Daily Learning Center Facebook page. So we might have a couple of viewers there as well. So welcome everyone to the second session of today, actually of Finals Countdown. So we actually have another math segment, which is Math 102. I'm not familiar with the course name, but it's going to be with Math 102, and the very first segment is going to be on whole numbers. So we're going to have Canada actually do that portion here today. So keep in mind that after we record, after we end the session, I'll be posting those sessions on Facebook, and then as well as our YouTube page as well with the DC Learning Center. So just to show you guys again, when we're looking at the DC Learning Center website, we have our events posted there. So just for you to keep yourself updated with the events that we're hosting. So we have these finals countdown events here. So if you go to upcoming events, you'll see all of our events posted there. And then who is actually facilitating the sessions, and then the Zoom links as well are all posted here in the topics that will be discussed at all of the presentations. So keep in mind we do have a gift card giveaway as well. So if you are attending the actual Zoom session versus the Facebook one, you know, you might get left out of this gift card giveaway. So you want to attend 5 events to get entered into certain amount of money drawings or gift card drawings, as you can see on the flyer. So keep in mind we have to, or you have to actually turn in a evaluation form, as well as be a participant within the Zoom session itself. So just keep in mind of that as well. So I'll go ahead and shift it over to Canada, who is our professional math tutor. She'll be going over whole numbers for Math 102. Alrighty. Go ahead, Canada.
Okay, so my presentation is on whole numbers. So what is a whole number? Can someone give me an answer to that? So a whole number is a number without a fraction or a negative number. It includes the number 0. So on the number line, it starts from 0, then it goes on. But as in for natural numbers, it starts from 1, then it goes on. So adding and subtracting. So adding is bringing 2 or more numbers together to make a whole new number. There are different ways to write an addition problem. You can add objects, manipulatives. So for this one, I use circles. So there's 2 green circles plus 3 yellow circles, which equals up to 5 circles total. Then there's the numeral, which is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. And then there's words. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Subtracting is take away one number from another. This one also, you can write it in different ways. Objects is 2 squares minus 1 square is going to give us 1 square. Numbers, there's 2 minus 3, and that'll give us 5. Then in the words, 5 subtract 3 equals 2. So now you try. So for this one, You have to give me the answer for us to move on. So we have people answering our chat, which is 5 is our answer. Cool. So 5 is the correct one. The next one. Okay, someone answered 15, and 15 is correct. So what about the next one? Okay, someone entered 211, and 211 is correct. Does someone else want to try the next one? Okay. So someone answered 706, and 706 is the answer. Okay, for the next one, we got 1,361. Oh, he accidentally subtracted. So on that one, even people who are that they have a hard time not subtracting. They didn't look at the sign, so they accidentally subtracted while it was a plus. So does someone else want to try this next problem? Okay. So we got 5,976, which is correct, yeah. So the next one, someone entered 2377. That's correct, yeah. Then for this one, they entered 24, and 24 is correct. For the last one, we have 63, and 63 is correct. So the next one, we move on to multiplying and dividing. Multiplying is another way of repeated addition. The number that we multiply are called factors. And the answer of the problem is called a product. Okay. Division is another way of subtracting numbers. So 20 would be our dividend. A dividend is a number to be divided by another number. Then 4 is our divisor. A divisor is a number by which another number is divided by. And 5 is our quotient. Quotient is the answer to a problem. So we'll use this 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5 as our sample. And I'm going to show you with our dots in this corner. As if you count, there are 20 dots total right here. Okay. And our divisor, we can actually group this off. So if we group it by 4s, so this first group right here, oops. This first group right here, this is be our group of 4 right here. And then we do it again. So this group 2, which is 4. And if we keep on going into groups, how many groups will we have total? So like our quotient is 5, we would have 5 groups. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if we move on to our sample problems, sorry. So 20 divided by 5. So basically it's saying that we're going to have this bunch of 20 right here, and we're going to put 5 into 5 groups. Multiply, yeah. Oops. So for this first one, they answered 100, which 100 is correct. So if we go on to this next one is divided by is multiplied by 1. And basically we're just saying it's just itself. So 5 times 1 is going to be 5. 4 times 2 is 8. 15 divided by 3 gives us 5. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So we go on to rounding. A rounded number is about the same value as the number you start off with. So the rules of rounding, if a number you're rounding is followed by 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you would go up to the next number, next rounded number. If the number you're rounding off follows is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then you're going to round it off. You round the number down. So you try. What are you rounding off to? As you can see in these ones, I bolded the rounding off numbers. So 4,827 rounded off to the nearest 10. So someone answered 4,830. That is correct because 7 is our place of 1, and it is in our first rule, so we're going to round it up 1. which was going to bounce off to the 2, and that becomes a 3. So the next one. Okay, then they entered 2000. And 2000 is correct because they're going to be using the hundreds this time. And it's still in the rounding up section, so we're going to bounce this one off right here. So the 1 becomes a 2. Then the last one. Then they answered 400 again. This time, they're going to look at the tens place, and it's a 4, so they're going to go down 1. And so it stays near the 400s. Estimating. To estimate means to find close to the correct number. In other words, you are approximating. Estimating can be done in many different ways. When it comes to estimating in math, there's a general rule to follow. This general rule tells you to look at the digits to the right of the digits if you want to estimate. And if it is less than 5, you round down. And if it's greater than 5, you round up. Oh, I guess I have no problems with this one. So basically, estimating is similar to rounding off. So if I go back to the addition, let me see. Addition. So these are your exact numbers. So let me go back here. So if I were to estimate where my exact numbers were, we would have to change these ones by rounding off. So this first one, let me switch it. Hold on. So if I'm going to use that first one, 108, say 45, and I just want to estimate this one. So we round off our numbers, so we 110, and then this one will be 50. So we just add them together. So this one, I'm estimating my answer is going to be near 160. So if I were to find the exact answer, so my exact answer is 153. They're close together. So basically I was estimating that it'll be near here. It's close by 7. So this is my actual answer. And then this is my estimation. This is what I was looking for. So now I showed you an example. This is your turn. So I have 52 plus 43. I have 142 plus 96. For this one, you are going to tell me how you got your answer. Okay, one said he put 50 right here, and then 40 right here. His estimation is 90. Does someone want to try the second one? Okay. So another student put 140 and then 100 right here. And then he got 240 as his estimation. So now we have our estimation. Let's go find our actual answer. So our actual answer for the first one is 95. Then our second one is 238. So that's how we estimate between those. Okay, so our next one is order of operation. Order of operation rules that states in the sequence in which multiple operations are in the expressions should be solved. A way to remember the order of operation is this one. So P is parentheses, E is exponents, M is multiplication, D is division, A is addition, S is subtraction. For multiplication, all the way to subtraction, or multiplication and division is which one comes first from left to right. So if division becomes before multiplication, then we just work it from left to right. And same thing with adding and subtracting, it's just which one comes first. We can always have addition first or subtraction first. So, examples. So for this first one is 6 times 3 plus 4 times parentheses 9 divided by 3. So if we were to work this one from left to right, it'll be different than working it with the order of operations. So when we're solving this one, we are going to look for our parentheses first, the P. And we have one, which is 9 divided by 3. So once we solve it out, it'll get rid of our parentheses. And then after we're done with the parentheses, we look to see if there's an exponent. If there's no exponents, we go on to the next one, is multiplication, which in this problem we have 2. So we're going to start with the first one, which is 6 times 3. That will give us 18. Then this addition sign, or this plus sign, will move down. Then we go on to our next multiplication, which is 4 times 3. So now we got rid of our multiplication. And we look if we have a division. Then we have no divisions after that. Then we go into addition. 18 plus 12 is our addition. So we add those two together. It gives us 30. And then when we look if there's a subtraction, and if there's no subtraction, then 30 is our answer. So you guys try this one. Okay. So they answered 49. So we have, we use our multiplication, our parentheses first. So 2 plus 5, which is 7. Then we go on to the next one, which is going to be our exponent. 7 is square. Oh. So 7 times 7, it's going to be 49. So our answer is 49. Okay, solve an equation. An equation is two things that are equal. It will have an equal sign within the statement. A solution of an equation is a number that makes the sentence true. So for this one, I can basically say 2 plus 5 is equal to, or we can throw in a variable, x plus 3 is equal to 7. These two right here are an equation. If we were to get rid of the equal sign, then it'll just turn it into an expression. So this one right here is an expression. There. So an expression is a statement that doesn't have an equal sign. So now you try and solving these equations. So let's go start with the first one, 2 plus 4. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. Then we go on to the next one. 103 minus 77. So for this one, we get 26. Then we go on to the next one. 24 plus 33 gives us 57. And 40 times 3 is 120. Then 80 divided by 2 will give us 40. So these ones are all and then these are the resources that I get some of my problems from. And that's the end of my presentation. Yay. So any questions? Any comments?
All right, cool. So thank you for that presentation, Shikanada. So that one was for Math 102. I'm not sure which course it was for. I keep saying that, but I think it was the one for, is it arithmetics? Yeah, arithmetics, Math 102. So again, that's the very beginning of that track there. So, oh, okay. Yeah, so that one was for Math 102. So we're starting off with whole numbers. And then for Math 102, you're actually going to hit the fractions portion, decimals and percentages, and then data graphs and statistics, and then ending with geometry, which spans up to every other day from this point up to next Friday. So that's for the Math 102 section. So again, just as a reminder, Audrey did post the evaluation in the chat box. So that's actually crucial to jot down who's participating in these events, because that's how we're actually keeping track of the gift card giveaway, right? So if you turn in an evaluation and we see that you're participating within the Zoom section, not the Facebook Live or the, we might be streaming on YouTube sooner as well. So if you're within the Zoom, we need to see that you're actually there versus Facebook or YouTube where we don't actually see who is participating and stuff like that. We just see a number and stuff like that, but that's fine too. But for you to be entered into the drawings for the gift cards, we have to see you within the Zoom portion itself. So just as a reminder, you can visit dclearningcenter.com and you'll be able to see all of our events posted there in the upcoming events portion. So we just finished whole numbers with Canada here. So the next event of today, which is the last event today, is actually going to start at 3 o'clock with Zandria. She'll be doing abstracts and introductions within the writing portion. So that one's more geared towards anyone that's enrolled in like English 101, 102, any scientific classes that require abstract writing and writing introduction, writing essays, research papers, and stuff like that. So that'll be coming up at 3 o'clock today. So that's with Zandria. So then, always come back to this website because this will be really useful to keep up with the finals countdown event. So I didn't mention it in the beginning of this portion, but finals countdown is basically an event geared towards these specific courses that we're highlighting. So these are actually our target courses. We have Math 100, Math 110, Math 102, and then every other writing course that involves writing. So, they're structured in a way that involves you as a student to go back to the beginning of the semester and sort of review all of the information while you're, preparing for finals. So that was the whole purpose of our event finals countdown. So I hope you enjoyed the first two sessions that we had. This morning, we had algebraic expressions with Terrence, which is now uploaded on our Facebook page and is now uploaded on our YouTube page. If you want to go back and watch those ones, you are free to do so. This section, we're actually going to post it immediately after as well. And then same thing for all of the other events. So thank you. Thank you guys for participating. So just come back to dclearningcenter.com. That's where we're posting all of our updates and stuff like that. So I just want to thank everyone again for attending this portion with Canada. Thank you, Canada, for your presentation. So yeah, don't forget to turn in your evaluations, which is crucial for that gift card giveaway. Thank you guys for attending.